All right, on today's episode of
Da, 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 da.
Sassy
Sisters.
Sisters
Sassy Sisters Say
Say
So.
So.
Good gravy. We can't even get our own episode.
Can't even say it slowly, much less fast.
There'll be a quiz later. Okay, what does it mean to enjoy the small things in life? Have you ever thought about it?
Don't forget to like, follow,
And share. Thanks, guys. Okay, to enjoy the little things in life means to find joy, satisfaction, and contentment in the small, simple moments and experiences that often go unnoticed and or unappreciated. Which reminds me,
What?
we have chocolate cake over there.
We have cake?
We have cake. Let's
I'll
enjoy.
be right back.
Let's enjoy the small things in life.
She said cake, and she's like going for it.
Rhonda's not eating cake today.
I'm passing today on the cake.
Okay, let's taste it. I
And it
haven't-
looks good.
It's chocolate cake.
Are you sure,
It's
Rhonda?
chocolate cake.
Are you
Chocolate
sure? Are you
cake.
positive?
Sure. And it's not even lunchtime yet.
See what
Almost.
I'm talking about?
Almost.
You need to have dessert for breakfast.
Really.
Those are the small, wonderful joys in life.
And you know what would be good with this?
I wonder. Maybe some ice cream.
Ice cream.
Let me get some.
Ice cream,
It's the
ice cream,
small
we all
things.
scream
It's
for
the small
ice
things
cream.
in life.
That's right.
We're celebrating small things.
And it's somebody's birthday somewhere. Right?
Rhonda's
Yes.
on a diet, so we'll just.
Poor Rhonda.
I'm a diabetic.
Well, that's true too.
And I have a lot of sugar in my system that I'm
Hey.
trying to get rid of.
This is good. Actually, this is very good.
We won't need lunch.
No. Anyway, enjoying the little things in life can help you to slow down.
You're right.
It's very difficult to eat ice cream while you're jogging, right?
Or on the
jogs?
treadmill. On a treadmill.
On the treadmill, you don't want to do that.
That's funny.
It will help you slow down. You'll be more present. It shifts your perspective from always chasing the big achievements or grand experiences to find happiness in small, everyday moments that are often the most meaningful. It's a way to find happiness, contentment in the present rather than always looking towards the future. And what do you do to enjoy the small things is what I want out of you. I love talking to the littles. I love talking to little kids. Or I love checking out, tiptoe through the tulips, checking out the flowers and stuff like that, see what's bloomed.
I'm a bird watcher. So I feed the birds, and I have a bird bath, and I love watching.
And it calms you down, doesn't it?
It's just, there's something about it. And it's
Yeah.
funny because my daughter, she goes, what is it with old people and birds? And I said, what?
What?
They're
Where did
entertaining.
that come from?
Well, her granddad feeds
Oh.
the birds.
Okay.
But he's done it forever. And I've been doing it probably for 15 years.
Right.
But it's enjoyment. And it's like I told her, I said, it's just the little things in life.
Yes,
It's
it
like,
is.
Right.
I like to see what different birds come, especially in the spring.
The different ones.
You get all these different birds that come, and you get, of course, it is aggravating to have squirrels on your bird
Oh, I
bath.
know.
But
They have to eat too.
they do, and I do feed them, but I don't want them on my bird feeders. I try
Yeah.
to give them
Yeah.
their own
Right.
little stuff, but that's just, it is a calming thing.
It is.
It's just a time to just enjoy God's creation because, you know, there's just so many varieties of birds, and they're just fun.
Yeah, they're fun to watch. What about you, Rhonda?
The
Little
hummingbirds, when I had our house in Brandy Station, in our dining room, you know, there was a big window.
Right.
And so I set a bird feeder, a hummingbird feeder,
Oh,
right outside.
Okay.
And I watched the hummingbirds. Now, they were funny. We had a lot of them. We had a lot.
Did you have different kinds, or were they all the same kind?
No, they were all different. And then I kept seeing this one little bird.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, he's being a hog.
Uh-oh.
And I kept watching.
In a bully.
And no, he was just a hog. He came a lot. Well, while I was watching him, his twin came and sat too.
Aw.
He had a twin. They were identical.
no.
I'm like, no wonder I'm seeing them a lot. There's two of them.
Oh, they probably all look alike, right? All
No, they
that
don't.
Type of
I had
hummingbird?
one little fat one with a little red chest.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he was different than all the others. These two were lean and long. And then I did have a bully. And he tried to chase
Try
everybody
to chase
away.
everybody away, yeah.
So I put up another hummingbird feeder on the opposite side of the porch, thinking, okay, they'll get some of that. Oh, and then he guarded both of them. And I'm like,
Hummingbirds are fun to watch.
you gotta go, bud.
I have them too. But, you know, those are just finer things. And they're just nothing like watching animals.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It's the small things that.
And we have our grandson living with us, right?
So he probably points out the small things.
So he says things, and of course he's funny, but he says things you're not even thinking about, you know?
Right.
Right.
Right. Because it's fascinating to
He
him.
sees it in a
Right.
different perspective.
He does, and so that's a fun thing, you know, talking to your grandkids about stuff, so.
Oh,
yeah.
my grandkids are hilarious.
Yeah.
Especially the younger they are.
Yeah.
Because they just
I
say
like the
whatever's
littles.
on their mind.
Yep, I love the littles.
I had, we were helping our son about 2 years ago now, and he brought Diego with him. And it was cold. We were picking up a refrigerator that Chris bought.
Right.
And had no way to get to his house. So I went along for the ride. Diego came, so we were sitting in the truck because it was cold. And I was sharing a seat with him. He was on my lap, but my legs are too bony, so he wanted to share this seat. And, you know, I'm like, I guess this seat's a little small for us. He goes, you're too big. And I said, well, that's probably part of the problem.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was being logical, right?
But they just say things. And little Mia, she's got a kick now. Every time I'm with her, Chris and Monica must have said something to her. I don't know if it's from when I broke my hip. And, you know, they were saying we have to be gentle with Grandma and all this stuff, or what. But we were at a wedding that she was in, and I was, you know, talking to her afterwards, and we were walking, and she looked at me, and the last couple of times we've been with her, she looks at me, and she goes, you're old. Now, what do you say? I said, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I
old.
mean, yeah.
And to her, I'm ancient.
Yeah.
I mean, she's 5,
Well,
and
yeah,
I'm
you think about that.
67.
Right.
Yeah. So
So
anyway,
something's put it on her brain that
Kids are cute.
I am old, you know?
in the meantime, we're thinking of small things. We love our coffee.
Oh, we do love
Oh,
our
yeah.
coffee.
Yes.
And
So-
if you love our videos and you want to contribute to our fund, you can go to buymeacoffee.com and, you know. buy
The
some-
link will be in the
You can buy us a
description.
coffee.
Buy us
Or-
a coffee.
Yeah.
Latte.
latte.
What's the different names of coffee?
Grand Tall, something mocha, caramel, latte, unicorn, whatever they are. They have all kinds of stuff.
We need to get the menu.
No.
So anyway,
Yeah, buy us a coffee. Thank you. It's much appreciated. All right, back to the little things in life. Now, I like to do art. That's not a big thing. You can make a big mess, but it takes you away from
your
life.
troubles.
It does.
Right.
Takes you away from everything.
I think of Grandma Ike because she was, she liked to eat. She was a bigger lady, I guess. But anyway, supposedly, and I think you're the one that told me this, that she would eat a small portion of dinner so she could have her
And
dessert.
mom's just like her.
And that's just like,
It's like I'm forced to eat, but I'll
But-
only eat this much.
because I want a big piece of cake.
And then I want a big, huge piece
Grandma,
of cake.
Grandma Ike was funny. One time I had the opportunity, this was years ago, one of my friends was going to New York, and she was going in the vicinity
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
of Watkins Glen.
Okay.
So I said, yeah, my grandmother lives
Let's
up
go
in
find
there
my
at Montour Falls. And she said, well, come. So I went up there with her, and she dropped me off one day.
I did
Grandma
not
knew
know
I
this.
was coming, and she nonstop had food in front of me. Of course, I was about as big as a rail back then.
You probably weren't.
So,
Yeah.
Were you married yet?
no.
Oh, you were still.
No.
Yeah.
I told you it was a long time ago.
Yeah. Wow.
And so my friend picked me up, and she goes, did you have a nice visit? And I said,
Ate the whole time.
yep. I said,
Gained 10 pounds.
she had a lot of food,
But that's good.
but she enjoyed the visit. It was
That was
nice.
fun.
Yeah.
Good treat for her.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Exactly. I didn't know about that.
Yeah. So it was good, and the only reason I went is, well, my friend invited me, and it was in Grandma's region.
Right.
And she said, well, I'll take you over there, and you
That's
can have
nice.
a visit with your grandma.
That's nice. That's nice.
Yeah, it was
So
nice.
anyway, you guys let us know what you enjoy as far as the small things go. You know, you have a big hectic day or you have a hard week. What do you do to chill, to calm down? And it's not expensive. It's just,
I like to read a
Getting
good
away.
book.
oh yeah, she likes to read. I can't do that. It'll put me to sleep.
Well, if the book's good, it won't.
No, yep.
No.
Reading. No, I don't read for enjoyment. I read for research or whatever.
Right.
Well, I haven't had time over the many years to read a lot, but now that I'm getting more time, I like a good book. And I used to only read true stories and stuff because
Right.
I had very little time.
Right.
And I like stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But now I'm reading more just for enjoyment.
Yeah.
You know, I like these. I found a couple of authors that write these. They're a little bit of romance with, there's crime involved.
Ah.
Right.
Because I like
Ah.
crime. One time I went over to visit Nicole and she was watching 48 Hours. And
Oh,
I'm like,
Lord.
did you see the episode?
I know.
And Justin is just shaking his head. You're like, that's where she gets it from. He's
Yeah.
like, oh, yeah. I
That's
love
funny.
48 Hours and all those shows.
Yeah. And you can, and I'll do that too when I'm like, that's it. I'm done. I'll find a movie I hadn't seen in a while that's really, that I like. That's really, really good. That don't cost you nothing unless you want to pay to watch a movie.
Right.
So yeah, there's little things you can. I had a friend that used to take her kids camping.
That's not fun.
To her and the kids, it was fun.
That's work.
And then she had this story about this real pretty rock. And she was a good storyteller. So she sets the rock up on the shelf. She said after a couple of days, it started melting.
What was it?
It was a salt. You know how they have salt blocks?
Oh.
She said this is the prettiest. It was probably pink because the salt
The
blocks.
Himalayan.
Right,
Well, they
right.
do weed, but it takes a long time for them to weed.
Yeah, no, but said they had this rock and they had it sitting on the shelf, and next thing you know, it's melting. It's probably somebody put something out there for deer or whatever.
That's funny.
Yeah,
Well,
All right.
they
Well,
thought they had a treasure.
let us know what
Yeah.
small pleasures.
Yeah, let us know what you do to enjoy life, and hopefully it doesn't cost you an arm and a leg.